This is Bienvenido. I'm playing a striker, and my club is United City. I started play football when I was young, but I was talking about this many times because I come from the street. I come from a very humble family, so I don't have the chance to join to the clubs in the early age. So I play in the street until when I was 10 years old. One guy from one club, he called me to join them, and after that I was growing so fast. I went to good academic, and then after that I play as a professional. When I was 16 years old, I start getting my first salary until right now that every single year I was improving in that. So for me, I play football to enjoy, and also I play football because I take this one like my job. I want to get my salary. As better I play, better will be my salary. So that is my intention. I enjoy the game, but also we have to look for our future. Yeah, it means a lot because after Tere is not here anymore, for us it's so difficult, especially for me that I'm a foreigner. It's more difficult to go out, to go to another country, because as a foreigner everything becomes difficult. But now I appreciate them that they want to get me. They want to get me to play in this league, to play for this season, and I appreciate. So after Ceres, I think this is a very good chance to show our skill, and especially mine. Yeah, I think PFL is improving a lot. Every single year they improve a lot. For me, it's very sad that this season, when everything was better, we stopped. They was preparing the season very good. In January, February, they was working very hard to give us the best thing for football, and unfortunately, this came out. So because this virus, everything stopped. So for me, that is very sad because PFL was ready to do the best of them. But this okay. Now we have to look forward. We have to look for them. They are doing really good. They prepared this stadium really good with the billboard here around. I think they are doing a good schedule. They are doing everything good. So now we have to enjoy. We have to play every single game like a final, because this season will be even more difficult because it's just 5 games. Will be a final every single game, and hopefully the league is going well. We are going well also. We can enjoy football.
So I'm Harvey, 23. I play for the advanced development team. I'm a left wing back. It was 19 years ago. There was an orientation about football in my kindergarten, and I was excited about listening to the coach, and he was telling us about the rules of the game and the equipment that they use and all that. So I asked my mom to enroll me, and that's when I kind of began playing. Then I continued on playing with my uncle and playing with other clubs like Football Fanatics, and then I just progressed to playing varsity and then playing for the national team after that. It was a natural attraction towards football. I just enjoyed playing the sport. I felt most natural, and I felt most at home playing football. Whenever I'd be on the pitch, everything else outside of it is just blank to me. It's me. When I'm in the pitch, it's just me, and that's what I enjoy about playing football. I think it means a lot, especially because I stand by the whole mantra of the ADT, showing them that youth football can actually produce something in an international stage, and I think that's what this is the club. This is what the direction the club is going for, and it means a lot to me because I want to make a mark, especially in the world of football and especially in the Philippines. So this is where I think I can actually get that first step towards that goal. What I like about the PFL is that it's very competitive. You have a lot of teams, and of course everybody's trying to do their best in order to help football progress in the country. And I think I see that in all of the teams being able to prepare well and being able to get themselves ready to give a show to the Philippine football fans. Our target is nothing else but to win. We believe that we're young enough and we're strong enough and we're hungry enough to actually do something about this in this league and actually make to get good results actually.
Obviously, it's very nice to see them all healthy and happy after 6 months. I'm very, very eager to spend the next days with them as close and as much as possible, with the distancing, of course. No, I'm very happy to be back and feels good. We left Germany around the end of May, and then I was able, since in Germany football was allowed already, I was able to train and keep myself fit with several teams, several coaches. And I think I'm game ready, so if it's up to me, we start tomorrow. It's not a big deal for us. We train, we do the best out of the format we can, and then aim for the title as we always do. It's a total new concept, total new format, newly formed club, but the winning tradition will stay the same.
My name is Miggy Clarino. I am 23 years old. I'm a central defender for UCFC. I started playing football when I was earliest, I think 6 or 7 years old. I grew up in a footballing family, so I used to watch my siblings play. And then from there, parang na-carry on na lang yung pag-pass on ng kung paano talaga maglaro ng football. So sa kanila talaga ako natuto. I continued playing football because I found the purpose doing it, you know. I wanna inspire other people. I wanna inspire the younger generations na you can really achieve anything you want as long as you believe in and as long as you work hard for it. It means a lot, you know. It has been my as a kid who grew up in the Philippines. It has been a dream for me to play with the players who has been representing the country in the Philippines and also the team outside the Philippines. It means a lot to me playing alongside the senior players and the newcomers. You know, it's a challenge for me to learn from it and get the most out of it. It's really competitive. A lot of players they want to prove something. No matter what team you are in, they're really competitive. They're really hungry for the #1 spot for the AFC Champions League. So yeah, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good league. My goal is to help the team as much as possible. Kung mag-start man o hindi, I'm gonna give my 100% for the team. For now, our goal is to get that #1 spot and to play for the AFC Champions League.
I am Carlo Durin. I'm a striker from Cagayan de Oro and I play for ADT. Nag-start po ako maglaro ng football sa Cagayan de Oro City po. Naglaro po ako sa street po hanggang sa nagustuhan kong mag-football po. Tsaka may nakadiscover po sa akin na coach, si Coach Wing po. Na-develop ko doon sa Higala FC hanggang sa maraming opportunities na umabot sa akin. Nakapag-try out ako sa U14 national team po. Tsaka doon po tuloy-tuloy na yung journey ng football ko. Kinuha ko ni Coach Darren Hartman sa GOM football academy po. So, doon po ako sa kanya po ako na-develop. Saka marami po akong mga experience po na naranasan kay Coach Darren. Lumabas po kami ng ibang country po, like Thailand, Singapore po. So, yun po. Sa football po, nagustuhan ko po dito kasi ito po yung passion ko po. Gusto po kasi pangarap po kasi maging professional na football player po at saka maging part sa Azkals po. Saka sobrang laki na opportunity na nandito ako sa ADT ngayon kasi ito na yung chance na mabot ko yung mga pangarap ko. Pasalamat ako sa mga tumutulong ko ngayon kasi patuloy pa yung suporta nila sa akin. Especially yung guardian ko po na tumutulong ngayon. Siya po yung patuloy po na nagsumusuporta sa akin hanggang ngayon po. Siya po yung inspiration ko, pati po mga kapatid ko. Gusto ko po dito kasi pangarap ko po talaga maglaro dito sa PFL. Bata ko talaga gusto kong makaano. Ngayon, dito na ako, sobrang saya po. Ayun, nakasama ko na yung mga idol ko, sila Harvey at saka mga ibang malalakas mo na kasi matagal ko lang gusto sila ma-teammate po. Ang goal ko this season po is mag-improve ako dito sa ADT. Marami akong mga ma-develop ako at saka syempre po gusto po naming manalo sa PFL po.
This is Bienvenido. I'm playing a striker and my club is United City. I started play football when I was young, but I was talking about this many times because I come from the street. I come from a very humble family, so I don't have the chance to join to the clubs in the early age. So I play in the street until when I was 10 years old. One guy from one club, he called me to join them, and after that I was growing so fast. I went to good academic, and then after that I play as a professional. When I was 16 years old, I start getting my first salary until right now that every single year I was improving in that. So for me, I play football to enjoy, and also I play football because I take this one like my job. I want to get my salary. As better I play, better will be my salary. So that is my intention. I enjoy the game, but also we have to look for our future. Yeah, it means a lot because after Tere is not here anymore, for us it's so difficult, especially for me that I'm a foreigner. It's more difficult to go out, to go to another country because as a foreigner everything becomes difficult. But now I appreciate them that they want to get me. They want to get me to play in this league, to play for this season, and I appreciate. So after Ceres, I think this is a very good chance to show our skill, and especially mine. Yeah, I think PFL is improving a lot. Every single year they improve a lot. For me, it's very sad that this season, when everything was better, we stopped. They was preparing the season very good. In January, February, they was working very hard to give us the best thing for football, and unfortunately, this came out. So because this virus, everything stopped. So for me that is very sad because PFL was ready to do the best of them. But it's okay, now we have to look forward, we have to look for them. They are doing really good, they prepared this stadium really good with the billboard here around. I think they are doing a good schedule, they are doing everything good. So now we have to enjoy, we have to play every single game like a final because this season will be even more difficult because it's just 5 games. Will be a final every single game, and hopefully the league is going well. We are going well also. We can enjoy football.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2020 Philippines Football League season, brought to you by Qatar Airways. We are live from the Philippine Football Federation National Training Center here in Carmona, Cavite for the season opener. It's United City FC against the Azkals development team. My name is Hidav Tupas, working alongside Natasha Alquiroz. And Natasha, it's been a long time coming, but we're here now and we have a competition to watch and enjoy. The Philippine football is back.
Definitely, and no better way to open up the PFL 2020 than with this matchup at hand. United City Football Club against the Azkals developmental team.
Well, United City Football Club, some of the remnants of Ceres Negros FC, three-time PFL champions, are there, led by the Azkals captain Stefan Schrock, going up against his younger brothers at the ADT. Some of them he played with during the 2019 Southeast Asian Games last year. So it will be a reunion of sorts for Schrocky and some of his brothers. But here on the pitch, we might see some fireworks this afternoon.
And you saw Schrock go comments online on Instagram about taking this ADT to school, and this is definitely the final exam for these youngsters. This is the final test. They've been training and going to school all their lives, whether it's playing for the UAP, the youth national team, and this is the final test to see if they can cut it out in the men's football league, top tier football.
Yeah, ADT, of course, being some of them being groomed to play in the national team, but the UCFC, of course, setting out this season with a mission. They want to reclaim that PFL crown, and of course, they want to play continental competitions next year. They've been, as Ceres Negros, they were part of the AFC Champions League last year, and they've also won the AFC Cup ASEAN Zone, and so they're back this time with a different name after a takeover in the middle of the year, and it's quite a miracle, really, that we have a 6-team league, because UCFC taking over that Ceres franchise. As you take a look at the details about UCFC, that is that's supposed to be an ADT. Because ADT, as we mentioned, are being groomed for the next Azkals. But United City FC, talk about this squad, Tasha.
Definitely. When it comes to their attacking, they've retained 100% of their attacking lineup from the previous seasons with Ceres Negros. But of course, this is a new team. It is a revamped team now, United City, and they have a lot to prove. A different coach, different defensive line, and a different goalkeeper, in fact.
Yeah, and you take a look at the experience on that side. 167 caps combined for 8 players in the squad. Talk about experience. Manny Ott has 55 international matches for the Philippines. Schrock is the captain, has Bundesliga experience. So the ADT will have its hands full against this United City FC side. I'm still having a hard time, I'm still getting used to them calling them United City FC, because we've been calling them Ceres Negros for the longest time. But this is a new era for the franchise.
Yes, exactly. And one of the things to look forward to, of course, would be Anthony Pintos, who was playing with ADT, but then last minute picked up by United City. So it's nice to see how he will suit up for the first time with them.
Yeah, and of course, Anthony Pintos has some ambition to play in continental competitions as well, and he won't be eligible next year for the Southeast Asian Games, so might as well take the next step in his career, and he's in good hands with United City FC. We take a look at the Azkals development team, and as we mentioned, they have been formed to develop the next batch of national team players. The core made up of the under-22 side in the Southeast Asian Games. A lot of them have SEA Games experience, and among them collegiate stars like Harvey Gayoso, Matt Custodio, Mardiano. And the good thing about this team is it's handled by no less than the national team coach, Scott Cooper.
Definitely. And of course, the ADT being part of this Philippine Football League, this is really that good insight. This will really help in their development when it comes to getting on that next stage, whether it is to be playing for the better clubs in the Philippines or the chance to be able to get more experience abroad. This is a great opportunity to really hone in the skills of our young Azkals.
And we're moments away from kickoff here United City FC and ADT. We have 6 clubs this year, Tasha. Kaya FC Iloilo and Maharlika Manila, the newest club in the PFL, seeing action later on in the 8 p.m. kickoff. But it will be a very quick tournament. We have a total of 15 matches. The format, it is going to be a sprint than the usual marathon that we're seeing from league competitions all over the world. But it's understandable because, we started late and, we are in a bubble for for our participants here, because of health and safety measures. And, it is, of course, the priority here is the health and safety of our players. But it was also important for us to hold this competition this year.
Definitely. It will really help us end 2020 with a bang. As you said, this really is a sprint, but that's what makes this league even that more exciting. To know that every game will count. Every game is a finals match. Whoever can gain momentum the quickest and sustain it will represent the Philippines for AFC competition.
Well, and that has got to play into the minds of these players, especially United City FC. A lot is expected from them, even though they've lost some of their key players, especially at the back. We will see their lineup in a bit. But a good look at that United City FC side. We see the starting lineups here. Start with United City. And we got Bienvenido Marañon and Robert Lopez Mendy up front. Those are 2 players familiar with each other, Tasha. And look at the quality in front of up front there. Unbelievable how this team still manages to come up with that much firepower.
And the interesting factor in this lineup, of course, all eyes will be on Takashi Odawara playing that center back position. He really has been a godsend for United City. Great pickup, utility player, very versatile. And now we're going to see how he performs as center back.
Yeah, Takashi Odawara picked up last season. He seemed to have taken a break from football, but he's back. And all of a sudden, he's been thrown into the fire, really, in the AFC Champions League. Now still with United City. And he's, as you mentioned, he can play in defense, he can play at midfield, he can play up front. We're all set to unveil the ADT starting 11 in a bit. Is of course, handled by Coach Scott Cooper. And look at this. Ivan Wano leading the line here. Galantes, Marvin Angeles. And at the middle, it's Christian Rontini, Carlo Durin, and Simon Lingbo, Matt Custodio, and Mardiano at the back, together with Kayanoa Bailey and Harvey Gayoso, Kinsey Camarade on goal. So I feel that there's some changes there for Coach Scott Cooper. I've seen Lance Ocampo usually start for him in the last exhibition match that they played a long time ago. That was actually last March. But here's Carlo Dorin. Very interesting story. Kid from Cagayan de Oro City, an orphan who's managed to find scholarships and has managed to get people to help him and reach his dreams in professional football. And now he's gotten this opportunity as he lines up in that starting 11 for ADT against this formidable United City side.
And of course, as we talked about early on, end of last year, Schrock played with the likes of Harvey Gayoso and Rontini, who were part of that Southeast Asian Games lineup. And now, of course, that big talk all around football for the local scene is how Harvey Gayoso will perform as a left back by, of course, under Scott Cooper. Coach Scott Cooper, as we said, I think that's the best of the best when it comes to who will handle this ADT team. He is the head coach of the Azkals national team. So for him to really be able to mold these youngsters and be able to push them in the fire for this league, it's really interesting to see what he can come up with.
That has been a subject to debate. Left wing back position for Harvey Gayoso. He spent his collegiate career and even his early days as a striker, and he was a prolific striker, no question about that. But he is going to be playing left wing back starting, and that happened during the SEA Games. Now he's You know, this is a way for him to develop as a complete player, and you heard it from Coach Scott Cooper on yesterday at the press conference that he has full confidence in Harvey and in his development as a left wing back, and Harvey himself has embraced that challenge, has embraced that role. And, who are we to question that sometimes? Because, if the player is okay, the coach is okay, then we can just observe and then assess on how he'll do. This is definitely a huge test for him.
Definitely, and even for this lineup of ADT, it's going to be a huge test, their biggest test to date, in fact, as they go against UCFC. And of course, we have those local standouts as well. Mardiano, he really impressed me, most especially in his performance in that Southeast Asian Games. So it would be nice to see how he forms up now at the league, getting the chance to play at center back.
Mardiano was actually a striker as well, playing for the University of the East. And he will be lining up with Matt Custodio, another former striker. So he played for De La Salle University under Coach Hans Smith and Coach Alvin Ocampo. So, wow. I'm excited, Tasha. It's been 7 months.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long
time.
I'm so glad we're working together again, and I'm props to the entire organization as we welcome our players onto the pitch. Of course, strict protocols will be followed here. But what a moment for Philippine football. You're seeing history, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely such a proud moment to be part of, especially for the PFF organization, to be able to pull this off regardless of all the factors surrounding it. That just really shows that fighting spirit, whether it's on or off the pitch of Philippine football. It's showing us an example here today.
And it shows you the resilience of this sport in this country. The fans, this is all for you. And for everyone who has believed in Philippine football.
Ito na. Jetro, sa sa teams ka na dito? Sa harap mo. Yan. Diyan ka lang. Okay, mag-go-wait na ako. Okay.
United City FC in white. Azkals development team in red. Seconds away from kickoff.
Of course, captain for ADT, none other than Marvin Angeles, the most experienced player in the league when it comes to league competition. They only have a couple of overage players over the age of 23. Most of the core of this lineup are all youngsters.
Ito yung tisipa.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
Referees for Daipuyat.
Sa gitna, Jet.
All set to begin proceedings, and we are underway at the PFF National Training Center. United City FC playing from right to left. Stefan Schrock, the captain. Go back to Odawara, so it's like United City FC playing with three at the back.
Definitely a big test as well for this three-back for United City. Odawara at center back, the Tosme on the left, and Sean Kane on the right.
Eric Galiantas right there. He's grown a few inches since he first came here. He was 18 last year when he first represented the Philippines in that match against Guam. Now he's back with more experience. Grew up in Scotland but was born in Parañaque. This is Bienvenido Marañon, shadowed by Rontini. Schrock And you want Odawara to distribute. Odawara. Custodio trying to clean that one up. That's handball called on Galantes. So there's a throw in for United City. Kane.
First glance at Pintos as well, suited up for United City for his first appearance.
Talented at midfield area, but this is a chance. Actually, it's very fascinating, Tasha, these individual battles, especially for the ADT players. And you imagine, Rontini up against Manny Ott. This is Durin, first touch of the ball. Lost his balance, lost it to Minigishi. Bailey is there. And it's a throw in for UCFC.
And you see the height and the build of this ADT team. As we said, a lot of big players, their physicality will not play a part in terms of can they match up, size up to the likes of the players at UCFC.
Diano does well there. Another throw in for UCFC. Odawara, formerly of JPV Marikina, no longer in the PFL, also of Davao Aguilas. And what a luxury to have if you have a player like Takashi Odawara. Can easily slot in.
At any position, as we talked about earlier, such a versatile player. And he's proven very effective playing for Ceres Negras last season. So let's see if he can continue that pathway that he started with.
Kane, back to Odawara. So far, I haven't seen any real danger from UCFC. This is Mendy on the turn. Fouled by Angeles. That's Marvin Angeles. His twin brother Marwin plays for Kaya FC Iloilo.
Marvin Angeles, of course, played last season for Green Archers United. Now picked up by ADT.
And he is the captain of that team.
Definitely the veteran as well off the side.
Heavy challenge there from Galantes on Kane. And we're seeing one-way traffic so far. It's been all UCFC.
UFC looking comfortable on the ball. Definitely a good connection there on that left flank between Marañón and Minigashi.
The Tusme in for Ott. Touch. Cleared away by Diano. Here's Odawara. Wano trying to close them down. Flag is up.
Minigashi offside on that occasion, but the quick pickup of Odawara to find Minigashi on that left flank.
First look at Kinsey Kemerad.
19-year-old youngster.
Yeah, he's played at youth level. Wano takes down Odawara, and you see, you gotta like the desire there by Ivan Wano trying to overcome Hashi Odawara. And this ADT team, as we've mentioned, except with the exception of the likes of Carlo Durin, they're not the, in terms of size, they can match up with a lot of these teams here in the PFL. There are some big kids there.
Definitely. Do not be fooled by their age. Their height says a different story.
Odawara. Bailey does well. Clears it only to Minigishi. Back to the Tusme. Ott. Rantini right there. The Tusme. To Minigishi. Marañon drops back. Make sure that UCFC keeps possession. Odawara.
Great
Over the
distribution.
top. OJ Porteria could not get on the end of that pass.
And I guess that's one of the advantages also of having Odawara playing at that center back position, is that since he's also a midfielder, his eye to move forward, to find the runners on the wings, up on top.
Yeah, definitely his vision and distribution, very important there. The Tusme. Schrock chests it only to Angeles. Dorin wins that battle. Schrock gets it back for UCFC. Stefan. Nigishi. UCFC very patient in the early stages of this match. Odawara. Down goes Porteria on a heavy challenge again from Gayoso. Just a bit late there was Harvey. Manny Ott to brother Mike Ott. Marañon, nice combination here for UCFC. Ott and Harvey Gayoso out muscles Manny Ott there on that occasion, and the Camarade quick to the danger. The pass was poor though, as it was intercepted by Schrock, but Brontini wins it back for ADT. Gayoso throwing that ball forward. Galantes could not take that ball away from Odawara.
Odawara able to outmuscle the youngsters, keep possession for UCFC.
UCFC, ADT rather, keeping their shape very well here. Manny Ott, go to Mike. Looking for a runner. Porteria. Go back to Kane. To the middle they go to Manny Ott. Shrocky. Looking for a runner. Porteria is there. But could not get solid contact on the pass.
You can see a lot of possession coming in for UCFC, really able to keep the ball, mostly dominating the midfield battle.
Kane. Nantes. Here's a chance for ADT. Keep the ball, but Gayoso. A hopeful ball ahead to Rontini ends up with Pintos. Manny Ott. They go to Marañon. AFC Cup all-time goal scorer. Inigishi to Dutusme. Bailey takes it away, but Ott right there, poor control there. Shrocky to the left to Mendy. Mendy trying to cut inside, headed away by Custodio. Galantes, lovely little touch.
Chance for a quick transition, but OJ quick there on the defense, forced the foul.
That's the first booking of the match on OJ Porteria. That lovely little touch by Galantes, just getting ahead of OJ there.
Gallantes getting ahead of the ball. OJ getting a touch to it, but the ball just falls behind his feet, tangles up with Gallantes.
Well, Eric Gallantes also reminds me of OJ when he was this age. Started early with the national team as well. OJ has accumulated around 20 plus caps. Also played in the SEA Games.
It's the first chance that we're going to see of ADT on the attack. Can they capitalize? Kainoa Bailey on the ball.
Bailey. Pintus. Strong hands there. And got a scuffle here. And Schrock was not happy with the way Wano ran into Pintus.
Things are definitely heating up at the moment. Pintus really getting two hands on it. But Wano and Rontini just catching him midair.
And Ivan Wano, Pintus and Rontini are actually pretty good friends. You've seen them during the lockdown working out together, so
Definitely you could see that ADT are not afraid to take the game to that physical level. They have to do what they have to do.
the Tusme. Minigishi stays wide. Odawara trying to find Porteria. Gayoso is there. Heads it away for another throw in for United City. And down goes Marañon as Rontini got too aggressive.
You can see the physicality really of this ADT squad, trying to match up with UCFC, the veterans.
Ot. Odawara. That is broken up by Gayoso for a corner for United City.
You could see the passing of UCFC have been seamless in that attacking third. Done so well enough to win a corner for their favor. Maniot, who's also had, of course, Thai League experience, played for Ratchaburi last season.
And a lot of some of our Filipino players are there, showing their wares. Schrock recovers. Oh, Schrock
Quick
with a
movements
cross.
from Schrock.
So it's with Mendy who could not get solid contact.
Could have had a better touch to that. But you could see that confidence of Schrock on that right flank. Quickly able to turn around, get a cross in, finds Mendy in the far post. Just couldn't get that touch to the ball to really trouble Quincy on goal.
And that is I thought it came too quick for Robert Lopez. Mendy was not able to glance that one in. And that was a real danger for the ADT. They've been chasing shadows here in the first 15 minutes.
Definitely you could say UCFC enjoying much of the possession in the first 15 minutes of this matchup.
We've yet to see some penetration here from UCFC, but here they are on the right. And the play broken up by Harvey Gayoso again.
And quick from Sean Kane there on the overlap. Again, winning another corner in favor of UCFC.
First match of the 2020 PFL season brought to you by Qatar Airways. I'd also like to thank Molten.
Still in a dangerous area.
That's OJ Porteria, and he skies that effort. Odawara wins that header. Angeles. And the back pass goes nowhere. It's UCFC ball. Schrock restarts the play quickly. Diano misses the clearance. Marañon. That's a goal kick for UCFC.
But you can see even in that start, the aerial battles, Odawara has been impressive for the side of UCFC, winning the aerial balls for them.
Rain starting to come down here. And we had a slight delay in the start of the season. We were supposed to start last Sunday. Weather also contributed to that decision, and of course, for health reasons and safety of our players. Odawara. UCFC still unable to break down this very organized ADT side. Schrock. Back to the Tusme. Go to Marañon. Bienve. Manning. Back to Josh. Ott again. Marañon. Touch goes away from him. Goes to Pika. And Marañon was in an offside position, so he let that one go.
Definitely ADT at the moment doing enough to keep the attacks of UCFC at bay. They have been pounding on them regardless on the attacking third.
That is off the Tusme. It looks like that is off the Tusme. Off the back of the Tusme, but the referee says otherwise, so UCFC ball. We haven't seen that usual devastating form that we're seeing from UCFC here, Tasha. They're still trying to find their feet here. Schrock. Mike Ott. Back to Odawara. Marañon has space. It goes to Minigishi. Pika. Bailey misses the clearance. Mendy. But Custodio cleans up the mess. It's another danger averted by ADT. Odawara goes to Mendy, offside.
But Odawara with that keen eye pass, finding Mendy in the middle. Look at that, straight down the middle, finding Mendy. But Mendy, yes, in an offside position. Good call by the linesman there. Again, UCFC have been continuously knocking on the doors, and this time around, ADT have a chance on attack offside Oano. Sean Kane on the right flank to Maniot. And back to Adoara. Swinging it to the Tosme. Mike Ott. Maniot going down deep for that one. Finds Porteria on the right flank.
It's with Kane. Marañón. Schrock. Yutusme. UCFC, very patient. And it shows you their experience, Tasha. They're used to this type of match where they have majority of the ball. They try to find gaps.
Finds a run of Schrock on that left flank.
Shocky and Diana right there.
But you could see also how organized ADT have been, allowing UCFC to keep possession in the back, making sure that they have the numbers to defend.
Marañón trying to head that one. Could not get solid contact.
But that quick connection between Schrock and Marañón, reminiscent of the old days.
Dawara wins that header over two ADT players. Here's Marañón. Angeles was hanging on to him.
Dawara to Sean Kane. Maniot goes for long. Tries to find Schrock on that left flank.
Headed away by Bailey. But Tasha, what needs to be done here for UCFC? They seem to... it's still a puzzle that they can't seem to figure out here. They're 25 minutes in. No clear opportunity yet for UCFC, although they have majority of the ball.
Exactly. They've enjoyed much of the possession. They have been at the attacking third countless of times. It's just that final touch, that final pass, and that final attempt, really.
They go wide to Minigishi. Back to Marañón. Porteria is in the middle together with Mendy. Mike Ott fires and he scores! Mike Ott with the opener. And he gives UCFC the lead, 1-0 against ADT. What a strike from Mikey.
Quality performance, quality shot by Mike Ott. The setup was beautiful and perfect. You can see that he gets it mid-air, and that final touch that we were talking about, there we have it. That opening goal puts UCFC up 1-0. He hits it mid-air, slots it in perfectly at the back of the net.
But you gotta like the way he took that first touch, Tasha, because that was perfectly set up on the half volley. But also like the connection between the brothers there. Tito Dori must be really, really proud watching his two sons combine for that first UCFC goal. That's the first goal of the season as well.
And you couldn't have asked for a better goal to open up this season.
It's cleared away. So ADT behind. And UCFC in the lead. And they deserve this 1-0 lead, really.
Definitely deserving. They've had enjoyed much of the possession and much of the attacking. And that moment, that quick moment that Mike Ott was able to get a bit of space, he was able to convert.
Now that was brought by, I think, more of the quick passing here on the left side. Is shifting that ball from the left and down the middle, and some quick thinking there from Manny Ott to find a younger brother Mikey.
And as we've seen so far, of course, UCFC seem to have one of the strongest attacking threat players for this competition. You see them, they have their attacks on that left flank with Minageshi, on the right with Porteria, and they go through down the middle as well, finding connections with Mendy. Mike Ott, again, getting that opening goal.
Tusme. Manny Ott, Marañon. Go to Porteria. OJ meets Harvey there. Marañon taking one touch. But that was, I think, Lingbo getting in the way there.
And you could see that pace of OJ Porteria really just outrunning Galloso on that left flank. Cut back, gets it to Marañon. Important interception there by ADT.
Important block, and this is another corner. Right near the scoreboard there. Taken short. Manny Ott. Ott trying to put that one in a dangerous position, but and that is cleared by ADT for another corner.
See now that constant momentum that UCFC have on the attack. Play it short again, Schrock.
This is Ott. Hemerad. A clearance from Durin. And Pintas goes up all the way to the half line. The Tusme trying to find Schrock. Hagayoso. Angeles. And he is fouled by Mike Ott there.
So far, first 30 minutes of this matchup, and it's really been the United City show. They have been dictating the pace of this match.
Dictating the tempo, dominating possession. And Galante is trying to spark this ADT attack to life. Here's Galloso. And it's taken away by Manny Ott. He ran out of space for a throw-in rather.
It's also one of the things about UCFC that we're seeing now is that how disciplined they are on the attack. They're just as disciplined when it comes to defending.
Well, we haven't seen anything yet from ADT really. Haven't hardly offered a threat here. Marañon.
And regardless, UCFC makes sure to have the numbers down as well.
That's Ivan Wano with a challenge on Mike Ott. Heavy one again. This is the first time that we're having night matches here at the PFF National Training Center. This was built in 2018 thanks to a FIFA program. And this year, actually this month, PFF just started to have its lights here inside the facility, just in time for the start of the season. Odawat trying to find Mendy. That's headed away by Custodio, but still UCFC with possession. Diano. The Tusma under pressure from Durin, able to release that to Odawara. Schrock. No space for him there in that path. Bailey trying to find Durin. Schrock to the Tusme.
Composed on the ball.
Good pass there by Joshua de Tusme. He has really, Tasha, one of those players that was hardly given a chance. Was a French player when Coach Risto Vidakovic was there. But he is getting his chance here in the current setup with Coach Frank Muescan. As Coach Trevor Morgan is still unable to travel to the country. Schrock making a run. And Harvey Gayoso again defending very well.
Gayoso really had to go physical on that one. Everyone knows what Schrock can do on the ball.
Diano clears that corner.
Headed away, but still in the path of UCFC.
Schrock, flag is up for Stefan Schrock.
Schrock deemed to be coming off an offside position.
Tusme trying to shield that ball against Galantes. ADT pressing high here, trying to win the ball early. And that's a foul on Marañón as Galantes was able to get in position. We'll see what they come up with here.
Yeah, definitely a chance for ADT on the attack to be able to have those numbers up inside the box.
And Coach Scott Cooper, he is very, very particular with his set pieces. It works a lot. It takes a lot of time working on it.
Kanoa Bailey on the delivery.
So Angeles, Gayoso, Diano, Custodio, Rontini, and Duano all in the area. Gayoso offside, saved anyway by Pintos, but
Best chance we've seen so far from ADT. The link up on top, the delivery from Kainoa. Second ball coming in from Gayoso, but again deemed offside. Maniot to Schrock. Definitely a deadly combination having those two in the middle.
Kane. Orteria. Go back to Kane. Nigishi. Nice flick to Marañon, but Diano is there. Any odd. OJ.
You can see UCFC really just have been cohesive in the way that they've been playing.
And just like that.
The commentators curse.
It's a free kick. Okay. It was Rocky.
Definitely a high boot there from Schrock on Rontini.
For a while, we thought it was going to be UCFC. But, referee Clifford Daypuet correcting the call.
Diana on the ball has had a busy opening fixture, first 40 minutes. Headed away by Odoara.
Galantes arrives. Trying to combine with Gayoso. And wait for Matt Custodio for this throw in. It'll be a long throw here. Montini. Yeah, a chance here for ADT, but can't seem to sort that one out. Mendy. And galloping to the other side. And Porteria in support. Trying to release Mendy, but Custodio is there. Kemerad clears that one away. Oh, collision there between Durin and Dutusme. A nice sportsmanship between the two players there.
You could really see both of them going all out, trying to get possession of the ball. Torin and Dutosme.
And nobody was pulling
No
out
one
of that.
was backing down from that challenge.
Dutusme has been heavily involved here. And he's acquitted himself very well. Former University of St. LaSalle player.
And it's great to see how much he has grown from his time with Seret and now with UCFC.
And absolutely, I agree with you there, Natasha. I mean, training with players like Schrock can help you with that. Mendy. There you go to Ott again. That is a timely intervention by Custodio and another clearance.
Another dangerous moment on the attack for UCFC.
And you got a rainbow here, just behind the. It's beautiful. Beautiful afternoon. Ott to Odawara.
Watching this UCFC team play, it's like, has it really been 8 months since the last time these boys saw the pitch?
They've hardly missed a beat. Hardly missed a beat. And, you know, they haven't been tested yet here by ADT. They only have a goal to show.
A very dominant performance on the first half for UCFC so far.
Mendy. making the run. Mendy, touch too heavy for Robert Lopez Mendy, but that has been a problem when that Robert Lopez Mendy running through the channels there, and every time he gets that ball and he faces up against Diano, always looks like Mendy is going to beat that defense. Trying to find Durin, and a foul on Carlo Durin. And there he is. Slight nudge.
Ball back with UCFC.
Marañon. What? Custodio. Durin here. Nice ball to Bailey on the right. Let's see what he does here. Bailey inside the area. Wano was the intended target.
Definitely the hard challenge there on Odawara.
Yeah, but both players going for the ball there, but it's a corner for the ADT. Great ball here from Bailey.
The speed of Bailey finding that connection of Owano in the middle, really forcing that moment with Odawara. Definitely 50-50.
Odawara looks okay. The delivery. The Tusman was able to get a touch. Oh! Heavy challenge.
And the physicality up on top. Owano really causing troubles.
That was Ott, I believe. And Schrock was not happy. Take a look at this again. It was Manny Ott, and that's
Angeles.
That's Marvin Angeles, and he quickly acknowledges it, and United City player is not happy. And
so far, we've only seen glimpses of ADT up on top. 2 to 3 moments really on the attack. UCFC, as we said, really have been dominating this first half. And confirmation of 1 minute of added time.
And at halftime, we will have a crossbar challenge. And we've randomly picked 2 fans watching from our live stream to be represented by each team. So chance to win 5,000 pesos without touching the ball, just watching the match. So we will have that every match, and hopefully your player does not let you down and wins you 5K. But yellow card on Mike Ott. Yeah, it was his brother Manny who got hurt there, and I mean he went in aggressively on Arvin Angeles, and Clifford Daipuet blows the halftime whistle. A lone strike, a fabulous strike from Mike Ott is the difference between the two sides. United City FC with a 1-0 lead against the Azkals development team here at halftime. inside the PFF National Training Center. This is the season opener of the Philippines Football League, brought to you by Qatar Airways. This was the goal from Mike Ott. Not much Quincy Camarad can do there.
See, gets it mid-air, that brother connection, Manny Ott to Mike Ott. Beautifully struck, spelling out the difference between the two teams at halftime. Mic check. Mic check.
Looks like Antonio Yared of the Azkals development team just won 5,000 pesos for Joshua Emmanuel Leona, one of the fans of the Azkals development team. That was too easy for Anton. Oh, they might as well change the position of that ball, as he's just won 5K for a fan. So welcome back to our coverage of the Philippines Football League. My name is Sidaf Tupas together with Natasha Akiros, and first half was all UCFC except for a few moments of some physical play from the ADT. We expected a bit more from the Azkals development team, but somehow they weren't able to do what they can do. They weren't able to show what they're capable of against this United City side that was just too dominant.
Definitely UCFC. Again, as we said, that they've retained much of that squad from the previous season with Ceres Negros, and it translated on the field. That winning mentality from the veterans, that camaraderie, and even that connection that they had on the pitch was very evident, putting them up 1-0 against ADT, that are still finding their way, finding their groove and their footing in this matchup.
Yeah, but a lot of things to talk about here for ADT, especially with it seemed like they gave a lot of respect to this United City side. They were not really pressing. They allowed United City to get the most of the ball. I felt they could have exerted more pressure on the ball there, Tasha.
Definitely, you could see that once UCFC had the ball, most especially in the back, instead of taking steps forward, they would literally stay, making sure that they don't break out of their shape. They could have pressed a bit more in that first half. So let's see the adjustments that Coach Scott Cooper will make for this ADT side to give it more of a threat moving forward for UCFC.
Right. I'm just about ready for the second half here inside the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. When you allow that amount of possession for United City, They're just asking for trouble because that was 79% possession. Incredible.
Dominant possession, even in numbers of shots and shots on target. You have four for UCFC, only one for ADT. 2 shots on target, of course, one converted into a goal. Even the number of corners just says how much UCFC have really dominated that first half, and the chemistry that they have built throughout the years continue to translate on this pitch regardless of what name they are representing.
And some highlights of that first half, that wonderful goal from Mike Ott to open the scoring.
You could see how it's set up. It bounced right in front of him, took it in midair. But that's the quality that this UCFC team brings. With that little space, he was able to make sure to take a shot and on target at the same time.
And that's the type of strike you expect Mike Ott to convert as well. He's always had that quality. Has given actually missed a handful of games this year, Mike Ott, and he was recovering from an injury. But that three-man midfield of United City, just quality there. So much quality. You got Mike Ott, you got Stefan Schrock, you got Manny Ott.
You have OJ as well on the other flank.
Porteria and Minigishi on the flanks. So ADT begin proceedings here in the second half. See if they can come back. Angeles. That's blocked by Marañon. Diano gives it to Bailey. Angeles. Manny Ott. Bothered by Bailey.
Bailey getting a tug there on the shirt of Manny Ott. The physicality of ADT so far in the first half resulted into a lot of the fouls that they had to commit to stop the pace, really, of this UCFC squad.
Ott. Marañon. Minigishi. He got caught there. Foul on Lingbo.
A lot of talk and adjustments have to be made for this ADT squad. Shock on the delivery.
And they find Mendy on target, but Camarade right there. Easy save. Angeles trying to pressure Mike Ott.
Send it all the way back.
Gayoso. And it ends up with Mike Ott. This is Porteria. Manny Ott. Rock making himself available. Minigishi taking on Bailey. Rantini doing a fine job there, breaking it up. That's a hopeful ball from Henoa Bailey. Ball goes back to United City.
You could see ADT really choosing this line of confrontation for the squad. Gayoso heading that one out.
Porteria. Payne. here, Tasha, and we're seeing some of the protocols being implemented. Every time a ball goes out, the ball boy is putting some disinfection on the ball that is being used before actually put it there in an area where players can take it. As Bailey with another late challenge. That's a second booking.
Definitely a yellow there. As he loses the ball, studs out, feet first, straight at the Tosme. He was lucky to get away with just a yellow.
In this competition, in this format, I believe you get three yellow cards before you get it suspended.